All about space. Unit 1, Earth's atmosphere. The only planet in the solar system containing both water and life is ours. This makes it very unique. It is the third planet from the Sun and receives just enough heat and light to sustain life. If you got any closer, it would get too hot. It would be too cold if we were any further away. The only planet in the solar system containing both water and life is ours. The Earth travels in an orbit around the Sun, just like all other planets, and it does it rather quickly, about 30 kilometers per hour to be precise. The Earth completes one full orbit in 365 days, 1 year. Because of the Earth's rotation as it rounds the Sun, it is dark at night. A portion of the Earth spins away from the Sun, leaving it in the dark. The Earth spins once in the span of a full day and night. Have you ever wondered why we have different seasons? We'll explain why. The Earth's axis, defined as an imaginary line running directly through the planet's center from the north to the south pole, is inclined 23.4 degrees. This indicates that different parts of the world are inclined to face the sun at different times of the year or at different times during its orbit. Let's take a quick quiz. Question 1. The Earth is the only planet that contains A. Water, B. Life and water, or C. Craters. Question 2. Earth is the A. First planet from the Sun, B. Fifth planet from the Sun, or C. Third planet from the Sun. Question 3. What causes the seasons? A. Tilting Earth, B. Tilting Sun, or C. Tilting Moon? Question 4. How long does it take Earth to circle the Sun? A. 265 days, or B. 365 days? Let's check your answers. Question 1. Earth is the only planet that contains B. Life and water. Question 2. Earth is the C. Third planet from the Sun. Question 3. What causes the seasons? A. Tilting Earth. 4. How long does it take Earth to circle the Sun? B. 365 days. Well done if you got those correct. Let's take a look at the Earth's atmosphere. Alright, so in the middle we have Earth. The first layer is the troposphere, then stratosphere, metasphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. Let's take a look at our ozone layer. Have you ever suffered from sunburn? Ouch! Some people, especially those with lighter skin, may experience skin redness and pain when playing outside in the sun for an extended period of time without applying sunscreen. You may protect your skin from the sun's harmful rays by applying sunscreen to it. You may not be aware, but the Earth uses sunscreen. The ozone layer is known as the planet's sunscreen. Let's take a trip to the ozone layer and observe it firsthand. We climb upwards. We had to go a great distance before we could touch down on the ozone layer. What? Nothing is visible to you? That is due to the fact that the ozone layer is an unseen layer of shielding gases that surrounds the Earth. Between the Sun and us, there is an ozone layer. Earth would be too cold to support life without the Sun's warmth. Yet, the Sun also emits potentially damaging UV rays. Sunburns are brought on by these rays. Also, they can harm your eyes, lead to skin cancer, and hinder plant growth. Fortunately for humans, the ozone layer blocks off most of the planet's damaging UV radiation while allowing warm sunlight to enter. Troposphere, the layer we call home. The troposphere is located the closest to the surface of the planet. Tropos is Greek for change. The weather, which is ever changing and continually rearranging the gases in the region of our atmosphere, gives this layer its name. Depending on where you are on Earth, the troposphere is between 5 and 9 miles, or 8 and 14 kilometers thick. At the north and south poles, it is the thinnest. The air we breathe and the sky's clouds are both part of the stratum. In this lowest layer, the air is the densest. In actuality, the troposphere makes about 70% of the total weight of the atmosphere. 79% nitrogen and 21% oxygen make up the air here. Carbon dioxide, water vapor, and argon make up the final 1%. The troposphere is what you experience when you feel the wind on your face, see clouds in the sky, or watch a bird fly. It's a lovely place to live, actually. Stratosphere. We have the stratosphere above the troposphere and below the mesosphere. Strat stands for layer. There are layers unique to this part of our atmosphere. The air is not disturbed by storms or turbulence, causing cold, dense air to be at the bottom and warm, light air to be at the top. That is not how the layers function in the troposphere, which is where humans are found. Rather than putting on warm clothes as we normally do, you would have to take them off as you approach the summit of a mountain in the stratosphere. However, you shouldn't be concerned about it because there aren't any mountains that are tall enough to reach the stratosphere. This layer has a thickness of 22 miles, 35 kilometers. The critically vital ozone layer is found in the stratosphere. Our defense against the sun's ultraviolet UV rays is aided by the ozone layer. The majority of the UV rays that the sun emits at us are actually absorbed by the ozone layer. Without this barrier, life as we know it would not be conceivable. Mesosphere. The thermosphere and the stratosphere are separated by the mesosphere. The uppermost layer of the atmosphere, known as the meso or middle layer, is where the gases are all mixed together rather than stacked according to mass. The thickness of the mesosphere is 22 miles, 35 kilometers. You wouldn't be able to breathe up in the mesosphere because the air is still thin. However, this layer contains more gas than the thermosphere outside of it. Have you ever witnessed meteors streaking across the sky after they burn up? They are referred to as shooting stars by some. Those meteors are burning up in the mesosphere because there is little air in the exosphere and thermosphere. Meteors can easily pass through them. However, there are sufficient gases to generate heat and friction when they reach the mesosphere. Thermosphere. The mesosphere and exosphere are separated by the thermosphere. The term thermo refers to heat, and 4,500 degrees Fahrenheit can be reached in the stratum. However, there aren't enough gas molecules in the thermosphere for you to absorb heat, so hanging out there would make you quite cold. This implies that not enough molecules are present for sound waves to pass through. The thickness of this layer of the Earth's atmosphere is approximately 319 miles, or 513 kilometers. Though not nearly as thick as the exosphere, it is nevertheless far thicker than the inner layer of the atmosphere. The International Space Station resides in the thermosphere as it circles the planet. Additionally, low Earth orbit satellites are located here. A lot is happening in the thermosphere. Exosphere. The outermost layer of our atmosphere is called the exosphere. The prefix exo, which means outside, is also used to characterize insects with hard shells or exoskeletons on the exterior of their bodies, such as grasshoppers. Our atmosphere's outermost region is known as the exosphere. The rest of the atmosphere and space are divided by this layer. Its thickness is roughly 10,000 kilometers or 6,200 miles. That is nearly the width of the entire Earth. There is an enormous amount of exosphere. This implies that you would have to be quite far away from Earth in order to travel to space. Gases like helium and hydrogen are present in the exosphere, but they are widely dispersed. Between is a great deal of empty space. It's freezing and there is no air to breathe. In short, troposphere, the layer we call home. This is the innermost layer of the Earth's atmosphere. The stratosphere, the layer made of layers, above the troposphere and below the mesosphere. Mesosphere, the middle layer, above the stratosphere and below the thermosphere. Thermosphere, the heat that won't keep you warm, above the mesosphere and below the exosphere. The exosphere, the outermost layer.